The Sports Talk Recruiting Report is sponsored by Seawell's Catering.
Seawell's Catering, the perfect spot. Not to go tomorrow, though, in terms of the daily luncheon buffet, because it's just during the week. However, if you are looking forward to the upcoming tailgating season, then you need to get to Seawell's because they can handle all of your catering needs, whether it's a wedding reception, birthday party, of course, tailgating. And if you Gamecock fans are looking for parking spaces for football season and games at Williams-Brice Stadium, hey, why not check out Seawell's and give them a call at 803-771-7385 or give SeawellsCateringSC.com a try. And don't forget to drop by their daily luncheon buffet from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. with the best buffet menu on the planet. It was a roast beef Friday today, so hopefully you had a chance to get by. In recruiting, there are 3 more top targets for South Carolina Thursday. Announced final lists and commitment announcement dates. Offensive guard Jalen Gilchrist of Virginia Beach is down to the Gamecocks, Maryland, and also Georgia. He said August 3rd for his commitment announcement. He had Alabama, Virginia, Virginia Tech, and Penn State included on his previous short list. Gilchrist made official visits to all 3 finalists in June. USC got the first visit and Maryland the last. Gilchrist also visited the Gamecocks for 2 games last season and for a junior day in January. Defensive end Jared Smith of Alabaster, Alabama has a final list of USC, Florida State, Alabama, Southern Cal, Ole Miss, and, of course, Georgia. He'll also announce on August 3rd. South Carolina is being projected as the choice for Smith by several recruiting analysts. He visited for the spring game in April and made his official visit with the Gamecocks the first weekend of June. Offensive tackle Cortez Smith of Lilburn, Georgia, named the Final Four of USC, Georgia, Georgia Tech, and Miami. He'll announce on July the 20th. He made his official visit to USC the first weekend in June. He also visited the Gamecocks for a spring practice in April and for a game last season. 2027 athlete Jaden Gibson of Brunswick, Georgia, plans to visit USC on July the 26th. Smitty, 2027 class. That would be freshman, rising freshman in high school? Is that right?
That's right. Yes.
Rising junior?
No, wouldn't be a junior because the 25.
Rising sophomore.
Yes, yeah.
This class is 2025. This coming up class is
so it'd be rising sophomore.
Yeah,
right. Rising sophomore.
Yeah.
He'll be starting his sophomore season.
Right.
This August.
Good grief. You know what's scary? It won't be long before we start seeing 2030 class commitments and visits planned.
Chris, I do not appreciate you editorializing in the midst of the recruiting report. You're supposed to love it. You've got to embrace it, baby.
I've been trying. Am I not fooling you well enough with it? I really are fired up about where these kids are going to school. All right, this will make you happy then. We'll wrap up recruiting, brought to you by Seawell's, with a schedule of upcoming announcements. So get out your calendar, get out your pencil, pad, your laptop, whatever, if you need to do. USC target center Isaac Souls will announce on July the 18th, which is next week. On July the 20th, USC target Cortez Smith, the offensive tackle we told you about a little bit earlier, he's set to announce. Also on the 20th, Bryce Davis, a defensive end who's a Clemson and South Carolina target, scheduled to announce. Laganza Hayward, a safety who is a USC target, will make his commitment announcement on July the 27th. Meantime, July the 29th, Anquan Fagans, who is a safety prospect and a target for the Clemson Tigers. He'll make his announcement then. July the 31st, Nelson McGuire, offensive guard. He's a Clemson target. He'll make his commitment announcement that day. Then we get into August, where Juan Gaston, a USC target. As a matter of fact, the final 3 I have here, all USC targets. Juan Gaston will announce on August 2nd. August 3rd, Jared Smith, a defensive end, will make his pledge, as will Jalen Gilchrist, the offensive guard USC target, on August 3rd as well. They'll make their commitment pledge on those days. And that is recruiting on this July the 12th, brought to you by good friends over at Seawell's. Don't forget to get fired up and get ready for the daily luncheon buffet starting again next week on Tuesday. And Phil will not be able to enjoy it all next week because they do not have a Seawell's in Dallas, Texas.